Shalom, shalom. Call halal Yahal Bashem Yahushua Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing the word in sincerity and truth. So, get this out the way. All right, come. So, yeah, I want to touch on all these school shootings happening lately because recently one just happened down here at Morgan State in Baltimore. And I've seen like the students, so I was kicking it with her. She said all the teachers, majority of them, don't even come like they should, you know. And the scriptures say, what? Terror shall make him afraid on every side and drive him to his feet. You know, so a lot of these teachers, they stop coming. Um, they start coming to school to teach, so they teach it from home. And the students is learning from school like remote work. And maybe one time out the week they would come in. So the whole school, has been like shut down. But ultimately, this the goal of the elites. You know what I mean? Because like with COVID, I said the word, whatever, the C-19 or the when that came through, everybody was like glued to the house. And that also prepped people to work from home, to work remotely. Now the school shootings is also pushing the students in the crib in the house. So basically what the elite's doing, that's basically pushing people in the house and pushing them more out of society, turning them into like a robotic state of mind. So now when you in the house, you more glued to just be on the computer all day, which is what, like the Matrix, as they call it. Because when you stuck in the computer world, that's different from actual reality. You're going to shop online, you're going to do everything from at home, you know, and that's going to kill all drive and ambition. So this, let me get this Corinthians 2 and 11. At least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right, so we're not ignorant of the charagma or various things that they're trying to do. But now a lot of people, a lot of things people have hoped in, school, especially with these women, is failing them, because what they got the student loan debt. They make up like 80% of the student loan debt, the loans and everything. So not just that, they also, by them going to school, destroys their femininity, because there's no way you're going to run a business or be a VP, vice president of a company, and you still have dominant, you can't be a VP of a company being like feminine. You got to have A-type personality. You got to be dominant. You got to be non-agreeable. You can't take no shit. So by the time you work that career for years, although you worked it all through your further years, then when you get it, you work that career for 5, 6, 7 years. This eventually becomes part of your personality. And by the time you get home with your man, you can't turn it off. So it destroys your relationship. So now a lot of people, what they thought they were safe. And then school anyway, like the elder Malcolm said, out of Chicago, he said he called it slut university, because a lot of times where these kids go to college, that shit worse than the streets, especially for women. Guys, it's a little different. But for women, they get slutted out by the football team, the sororities, if they in any type of sports, basketball, The lesbians get them. They do their first drug. They smoking weed. But to you, you think, oh, my baby, she's doing it. She's getting older, going through life. Nah, she's actually getting destroyed. Then by the time they come out of there, they indoctrinated, so you can't tell them shit. The truth is even more strange because their head been filled up with that bullshit. They've been enlightened on the left-hand side through that dark light, through that fluorescent bulb, you know. So now people, they thought you had no way out but through your Howard shot, you know. People thought they could, send their kids to college and get away from the hood and they go to this campus. But now what? Guns is being brought on the campus. The schools is getting shot up. So you sending your kid to school, that might be their last day there. They drop dead, you know. Hey, a lot of times, you more safe in the hood. I know that shit sound like crazy, like the brother Dark Low said. We more safer when there's no turning back. You took the interest. We more safer when we in the trenches. Hey, and that could actually be true because what you called the good neighborhood, you got a bunch of other nations there that don't like you. They plotting against you. You got police that don't like you. See, these same Edomite cops, they see you in the hood. It's like whatever, as long as you ain't doing nothing, you got your seatbelt on. Because you kind of blend in with the people around. But if they see you kind of stand out in these so-called good neighborhoods, where you think, it's no trash on the ground or, it's a nice hospital right here. It's a low crime rate or whatever, but a lot of other shit be going on that be getting swept under the rug. So I'm going to grab this Isaiah 30:1. Woe unto the rebellious children, said the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, but they may add sin to sin. Yeah, and that covering you cover with is what these schools, these degrees, that you go to and that you go and get in the wisdom of this world. As the scriptures say, wisdom of this world is what? Foolishness to the Most High. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That walk to go down into Egypt and not have ass in my mouth to strengthen themselves, right? Because in their mind, by getting them the degrees, that's power, but it's a false sense of power. Because by the time you get those degrees, you in debt. You too masculine for anybody to deal with you. And you done gained a bunch of fucking weight living a so-called lavish lifestyle, to strengthen themselves in Pharaoh and trust in the shadow of Egypt. Right, and that's America because America is a shadow of Egypt. Egypt is the actual body and the shadow is the perfect outlining of your old body. And you got hundreds or maybe even thousands of comparisons that show how America and ancient Egypt links up in many ways. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame and the trust of the shadow of Egypt your confusion, right? Because you thinking, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to get these degrees, I'm going to better my life, my kids is straight, everyone's doing good, and you come to find out she's shot dead or he's shot dead at the school campus by a stray bullet, Because what? Now these schools, college, it's just letting any old knucklehead up in there. You know what I'm saying? So, see, before college was like, the more abundant something is, the less valuable it is. And the more scarce something is, scarcity equals value. So before, like, everybody couldn't afford to go to college. Everybody couldn't get in college. Now it's like, yo, just come on, everybody go. Now that's why a bachelor's degree is like a high school diploma. and everybody getting their bachelors, but mainly going for their masters to outdo the next person, but just furthering themselves more and more in debt with Esau. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust of the shadow of Egypt your confusion. For the Egyptians, I'm going to jump down to 7. For the Egyptians shall help in vain and to no purpose. Therefore I have cried concerning this. Their strength is to sit still. So you ain't going to get no help living here and being here. You know, this is not your rest, but a lot of people think it's their rest. You know, and they seeking it through the trust of, you know, this system. But everything's blowing up in your face now. There's nowhere to turn but to Yahweh Shai. You know, and Job talk about, I think it's 32:21. Yeah, it says, let me not, I pray thee, accept any man's person, neither let me give flattering titles unto man. So what's those flattering titles? Those, because it's flattery. So you got to be careful of flattery. When somebody flattering you, they try to amp you up or boost you up. Sometimes it could be sincere and somebody just paying homage or showing you love for the great person that you are. But you got to be careful about flattery, because sometimes people will gas you up and put shit in your head to put your defenses down. And they try to sell you a dream or try to sell you something or try to get you to do what they want to do. And so you're not aware of them by flattering you. You know, and the ultimate goal of Esau, was to what? Empower these women, give them degrees. While they chase their degrees, they kill their fertile years. By the time they finish their degrees and go into their careers, they in high-risk pregnancy. They rebellious. Nobody want to deal with them. They develop an A-type personality from working. And that's what they do. They give them the flattering titles. You know, I got my master's, I got my PhD, I got my doctorate in this. You know, and for I know not to give flattering titles, and so doing, my maker will soon take me away. And that's what Esau actually do to these women. He give them these flattering titles. So at the end of the day, there's nowhere to turn but to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And everything our people trusting and everything our people hoping in, the Lord showing you at hand, right in your face. You can't deny it that it's failing you. But out of all these things, people still not going to turn for their wickedness, as it says in 2nd Ezra. You know, they still going to try to find some other way. So the ultimate remedy is the nuclear destruction, deliver the elect, and restart this bitch over, because this place too far gone to be brought back. And with that, hope that was edifying to the elect. Shalom.